Hey guys, and welcome to a new BackRankBasher chess blitz video. Tonight we're going to be playing the same types of games. It's going to be a 3-minute blitz game, so let's get started here and see who we get. Okay, playing Firebolt2009. And yeah, I guess as you guys can tell, I've lost some rating points in the past few days. My rating has dropped below a few points below expert, but shouldn't really be too hard to get back up there. But okay, he's gone into what I would consider a Slav type of position here. Something we see normally, it's a normal type of position that we see in chess all the time. Excuse me. Okay, so he's decided to capture on c4. Yeah, so he's now attacking my knight 3 separate times, so I need to defend that piece. I think knight to e2 should be sufficient here. Okay, so he decides to take it off. Let's see if he recaptures, which it doesn't look like he is doing just yet. Okay, he has decided. So let's see if he wants a mass exchange here. Okay, we're getting some mass exchanges now, which is nice. So let's see how this end game plays out here. Is he going to push forward with b4? No, he's hasn't committed to the move b4 yet. Okay, and now let's play c4 ourselves, just gaining some space here. And let's get out of this. Let's get out of the pin. There was a. If I moved the pawn on c4, he could have captured the rook on f1. So let's get out of the way there. And now I can actually capture the pawn on a5, I think. So let's go ahead and take this pawn here on a5. Oh, he's not even reacting to this. So let's go ahead and double rooks now on the a file. Okay, so we're going to get a mass exchange of rooks here. So we're going to take the rooks off now on the a file. And let's just secure things down with c5. Just solidifying this this nice pawn chain here. Okay, so what are we doing now? Let's play f3 just to prevent the knight. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take this knight off because we're just a pawn ahead. So it's usually good. I mean, for beginner players, I would say, and even expert players, it's usually good to exchange when you're ahead. So that's what we're doing here. Okay, so I don't want to allow him a lot of activity. So let's come up here first. And we need to get all of our pawns on dark squares. That way his light squared bishop cannot attack me. Or cannot attack any of my pawns here. So let's get up here. Okay, we're going to attack some of his pawns now. Let's go attack this pawn here and see what's happening here. Okay, so we're gonna take here, and now I think we probably what we need to do is probably bring the king all the way around. So let's go ahead and try to get the king all the way around here. Which we're going to be able to do, actually. It would be nice to get the king to, okay, so he's not really allowing me to move to get the king up there. But we're going to see. Maybe there's a way to break through here. Okay, yeah, so, okay, so maybe come all the way down here. And And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to break through on the H file here. And let's see if this is going to work. Okay, so we're going to break through on the H file now. Okay, and we're going to try to attack this his central pawn structure. Let's see how we can do this here. Okay, now we're going to be able to win the pawn on c6, and I think this is just winning for me now. But I have 28 seconds to finish him off, so I need to kind of hurry here. Okay, so we're winning this pawn now, which is nice, and this should be basically the end of the game. We're going to attempt to promote the c pawn now to a queen, and he's going to prevent it, but basically after we promote this pawn, we're going to be able to scoop up the rest of his pawns here. So I'm going to demonstrate now how I'm going to do this. So basically, I'm just going to scoop up this d pawn here, and then run the d pawn and basically promote a queen. So here we go. 15 seconds now to finish him off here. Okay, so let's grab this pawn here and just promote another pawn. We're going to run the e pawn now. Okay, and okay, we have to kind of deliver a quick checkmate here, so let's go ahead and attempt to do that now. Okay, and we were able to get him with 4.1 seconds remaining on the clock there. So let's take a quick look at the analysis here and just see what happened in this particular game. Wow, 82 moves. I didn't realize that game went on for that long. Okay, let's just look at this. So let's, okay, here we go. The book is already open for us to view. So we had a Semi-Slav defense. Yeah, I mean, the position I thought looked pretty good for me at the beginning. It was just I mean, the engine gives me basically a pawn advantage, which is always nice. Yeah, here, I mean, basically we just exchanged a bunch of things down. The queen, a knight, well, a knight and a bishop there on his side, and I exchanged both of my knights there. But we got it down to a two minor piece and two rook endgame with a bunch of pawns. And so here we just kind of had to figure out. I mean, I won an extra pawn here, so I had 6 pawns against his 5. And basically, my thought process in this type of position here is basically once I'm a pawn ahead, once I gain the advantage in a chess game, and which one of those ways is by winning a pawn and being a pawn ahead of my opponent. Pretty much one of the main objectives once you get to that type of setting in a game is to find a way to promote that extra pawn or stay ahead at least a pawn. That way you have an extra pawn to try to run down the board and promote at the end of the game. If you don't have really any checkmating opportunities. Now, if you get a check, there's plenty of games where I've played, excuse me, that you know, I've been a pawn, a piece ahead, and I without promoting a pawn, you know, which means, you know, running it down the board and getting a queen, you know, exchanging the pawn for a queen, a rook, a knight, which generally people promote, you know, pawns to queens. A lot of the time I've been a piece or a pawn ahead, and I've delivered checkmates plenty of times without having to promote a pawn. So, but in this particular game, it was a good example of just being an extra pawn ahead and being able to promote that pawn at the end of the game. And you saw kind of at the end of the game, I was able to scoop up the remainder of my opponent's pieces, and then promote a few pawns there at the end. So. But yeah, here I was just a pawn ahead, and you know, he gave me an opportunity to exchange more stuff down, which I mean, I'm going to accept that with open arms all the time. So, and then here I just wanted to keep my nice pawn chain. Again, he offered. He basically just let me say, hey, he just said here. If you want to take my knight, take it. Again, going along with the theme of, well, if you can exchange stuff while you're ahead, and it doesn't lead to a worse position for you, why not? So that's basically what I did. I was just using that mentality, and then pretty much we got to an opposite colored bishop's endgame, which is always notorious for being a draw. But I had an extra pawn, so I figured I can probably make something out of this. Yeah, when we got to this position, I kind of was trying to just generate some activity here with my bishop. I was attacking. It's on my bishop is a dark squared bishop, so I'm attacking the pawns on his pawns on the dark squares. He was basically forced to move them, and then pretty much it was just kind of figuring out how to break through here. And I figured, well, my structure is pretty secure. This the structure right here. If it's going to let me click on stuff here, my structure right here, everything is on dark squares. My bishop is doing a pretty good job of protecting my structure. So it was just a matter of figuring out how to break through. So I decided I really couldn't break through on, trying to go all the way up here. Let's see if I can get... So yeah, my first thought was, okay, let's try to move the king up the board into his position and try to break through that way. Well, he kind of blocked me there, so I was forced to have to reroute the king to a different location, and I decided, okay, well, let's try to backtrack and break through on the h-file, and that's basically what I did here. I just ran the king around to the h-file. Obviously, he got his king into my position, but there was really nothing he could do. My bishop was doing an excellent job of protecting my pawns there. And then pretty much I just broke through here on the h-file, and then was able to get my king into his position, kind of like he did mine, except I sort of first centralized my king, and then was able to pick up a stray pawn there on c6 because it was just unprotected. And from there, once I picked up that pawn on c6, I had my own c pawn. Was a nice pass pawn, a nice runner. I could just run down the board and easily promote a queen. So once I got here, once he had to sacrifice his bishop, and that was pretty much game. It was just a matter of picking up his straggling pawns there on f5 and d5, and then promoting my own pawns, which is exactly what I did. So I was just able to get those couple promotions at the end and deliver a quick checkmate there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, guys, take it easy. Bye.